Hello, I'm in Miami with Dr. Schulze. I'm here in this wonderful heat and jungle foliage, which is such a delight.
It's hot.
It's lovely. And a little bit thundery and a bit rainy, but sunny.
Welcome to Florida.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Yeah, we've been talking a little together about superfood and the stories behind it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about your mucil.
Yes.
Your mucil food.
You know, in America,
yeah.
One of our biggest problems, and you know the same in Great Britain, is constipation.
Yes.
And with superfood, I mentioned that every patient that came to see me, every single one, for decades in my clinic, when they came in, they left with a superfood. Because there was one thing I knew, is that every patient needed more nutrition. They didn't need more sugar, more fat, more garbage, more calories, but they needed more nutrition. The second thing I saw was they were all constipated. Even people in America who don't think they're constipated are constipated. I'll give you a couple facts here. In America, we consider it normal to have 3 to 4 bowel movements a week. You'll even find that in the medical books. You'll find that in high school health books. 3 to 4 bowel movements a week. Now, when I traveled around the world and investigated primitive people who were living naturally, didn't have televisions and cell phones, that were foraging food and eating simple, raw, natural food, they were having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. Okay, now when you calculate that out, those with you with good math out there, and you look at the average lifespan of someone in America or Great Britain, you'll find that civilized people are 70,000 bowel movements short in their lifetime compared to primitive people. Okay, so even though American medical groups will say, and British medical groups will say it's normal to have bowel movements 3 or 4 times a week, they will also tell you that 100% of Americans before they die have bowel disease. So think about that. They're saying it's normal to only go 3 or 4 times a week, but they're also saying it's normal that if you live long enough, you're going to have bowel disease. Maybe we should start thinking that maybe 3 or 4 bowel movements a week is not normal and is not healthy. And of course, in America, we have such a huge problem with constipation, such a huge problem, that people take all types of laxatives and things to correct that. Most people, all they need is more fiber. Of course, there is 0 fiber in any animal food. Any beef, any pig, any chicken, any eggs, any dairy products, anything that had a face on it or came from something with a face on it has 0 fiber. The only fiber that is found is in the vegetable kingdom. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains have fiber. So there's no fiber in animal food. And so big selling products in America are fiber products. The only problem is at best they're 40% sugar and loaded with colorings and flavorings, and they're garbage. They might get your bowel working, but they'll poison you and make you feel sick and horrible at the same time. So I decided that I needed to make a fiber formula to increase the amount of fiber that's in your bowel, which will naturally give you a very gelatinous, soft, easy bowel movement every single day. And it's called Herbmucil Plus.
And you've got to make sure you drink plenty of water with it.
Exactly.
It's great.
Just follow the directions. You have to take enough water with it. You mix it with water anyway.
And then drink
it
a bit
right
more.
away. Don't let it sit around or it will turn into beautiful jello. And there's herbs in here that add fiber and also that are mucilaginous and soothing to the entire intestinal tract.
In fact, you see, it's really very good for people with irritable bowel.
Absolutely.
Or any kind of
every patient
irritation.
I had irritable bowel syndrome or colitis or Crohn's disease or any type of inflammatory bowel disease. This would put the fire out.
Because you've got the marshmallow root, you've got the aloe, it's so cooling.
It is so soothing. It's just like those patients would just go, oh, thank you. Because it puts the fire out. But for the rest, for the majority of people, the 95 percentile group out there that have sluggish bowels, that are constipated, you can add this with your superfood drink. That's what I do every single morning.
It's done then, I love it.
And you'll just have the bowel movement you've always dreamed about. That's what we can say in America.
Mucil food.